We're live from Liberty North High School in Liberty, Missouri. I'm Brady Rito alongside my partner, Ryan Swanson. Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Brad. Second day of the tournament here. We got a great matchup ahead of us between the Liberty North Eagles and the Nixie Eagles. I'm excited for tonight. Second straight day of basketball. It's going to be a fun night, Brad.
It most definitely is going to be a fun night. Two powerhouses, basically. I mean, Liberty North comes into this game 2-0. The Eagles come into this game 4-0. Some different type of teams, though. I mean, we talked to Coach Muser this morning. He said Liberty North is they're fast on a fast break, but if they can't score on it, they're slowing the whole game up. They're going to beat you inside, and that's their goal.
Yeah, Brad, when you take a moment to look at the players on this Liberty North Eagles team, a lot of size on this team. I mean, they got two guys, 6'6". When we're looking down at the roster, they got most of their rosters over 6 foot except for 3 guys. Very different from the Eagles. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the game's going to go. I mean, completely opposite. They both are great teams, but they're both completely opposite. Liberty North, big, likes to get inside. They're going to play patient, but they'll go fast if they have to. And Nick's a small, quick, and likes to work it outside. It's going to be very interesting. Two different ends of the spectrum, and I'm excited to see how they play against each other.
Liberty North beat Washington, I believe, Tuesday night, 61-27, and that was Washington. I'm guessing started slow. I'm guessing their defense, Liberty North's defense, played very well because the Washington we saw was completely different from game number 1. They were shooting great threes. Khalil White was just draining them from all over the place. He was, kind of just chucking up shots, and I don't know how he was hitting them, but a different type of offense there, but the Eagles came out on top, and it was just a good game all around from the Eagles. I feel like a couple moments they struggled, but once they ran away with it, once Peters caught that lob and threw it down, it was all over.
Yeah, Brad, and I heard some talking from the coaches for Nick's. I heard something like they were like 0 for 15, 0 for 19 from the field at one point. Like, they did not have a good night. But they definitely picked it up last night. Khalil White, as you said, knocking down threes. Remember, LeBron Young was doing a great job getting inside, generating chances. It was definitely a test. I don't think the Eagles were really ready for that team to be that into the game and that explosive on the offense. But it's definitely going to be interesting because the Liberty North Eagles that they're playing tonight, definitely a defensive team. Only have allowed, I think, 23 points in their first 2 games averaged. I mean, they have been playing really well defensively. And it's going to be interesting because, as you said, the Knicks offense has been putting up 75 average in their first 4 games. And it'll be interesting to see.
Muser already said they weren't going to stop the Eagles offense. He's like, Knicks is too good. It's just not going to happen. We're just going to have to capitalize on the moments we can. We want to slow them down as much as possible, get them to slow the game down, pass the ball around a little bit more, and make them think a little bit more because the Eagles are just going, and it's been working. They're 4-0. And he just said, I want to slow everything down. He's like, they're going to score. They're going to score a lot of points. And he's like, I'm going to have to deal with that. But I think if we can slow them down, we'll be out on top.
And the best way to slow a fast-paced team down is to control the glass. You have to get rebounds if you want to control the pace of the game and control the other team. And as we said, luckily for them, they have the size advantage. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how Kel Combs goes up against averaging 10 rebounds a game.
And he's sitting at 38 rebounds right now on the year, which is very impressive.
He's close to averaging a triple-double through the first 4. It'll be interesting to see. One thing that Liberty North is going to have to do with controlling the rebounds is capitalize on the chances they get. Because let's be real here, the Nixie Eagles are going to find ways to capitalize through most of the game. The way their offense plays, the way the chemistry between this team, they're going to find ways to score. But the way Liberty North has to play this game is I say they have to get baskets in transition. Because we saw it last night. This Eagles defense can play. The Eagles do have a solid defense. It's not allowed 20 points through their first 2. They've allowed 50 through their first 4. But at the same time, their defense showed spots where I think there was a 5-minute period in the fourth quarter where Washington did not score a single basket. So this Eagles team can lock down when they have to. But I feel like if they can score in transition, they're going to be fine. But defensively, they have to get back in transition because this team, they got guys who run the floor very well, up and back. Cale Combs, Noah Engelman, Josh Peters, Garrett Hines. Those are the 4 guys they need to watch out for because they can run the floor fast, get open, they can drive inside. But with 2 guys, Josh Peters and Garrett Hines, the thing the guy to look out for, they will kill you from range. And this is where I think that you got to watch out for Josh Peters. I think we can see a big game out of him tonight. Just with how well he runs the floor. If he finds open spots and Liberty can't get back on the perimeter, it's going to be ugly.
I mean, if you think about it, Josh Peters, Garrett Hines have done phenomenal from the three-point line. I mean, if you look at it, Combs has done a really good job distributing the ball in that fast break. You don't want to leave those two open in the corner because, like you said, they're lights out. If they're wide open, they're going to make you pay. I mean, they're going to hit those shots every day and all day.
And I think Garrett Hines will have a better night. Last night against Washington went 1 for 5 from 3, which only shooting 20%. That's not like him. He'll usually make those shots. But when you look at the stats from last night, I think they only shot like 32% from the three-point line. So it was even a rough night from them at the three-point line, but they still found ways to score inside. So this Eagles team knows how to put points on the board. The thing is, how are they going to do it against this Liberty North defense?
And something else we heard from Coach Blanchett during the shoot-around at Staley today, he said, this is going to be the first game you guys play where there's going to be a home crowd. He's like, you guys have to block that out. You guys have to stay focused on one goal, and that's winning the basketball game.
And that's one thing I think you're going to be very appreciative of the leadership experience from guys like Noah Engelman and Cale Combs, guys who've been in this program long. They're guys who can really help this team. And what they need to be telling their guys is, listen, it's just another basketball game. Sure, you got a home crowd to deal with, but you're just here to play basketball. You need to go in, block it out, and play your brand of basketball. You need to go in and just try and get out of there with a win, especially in a tournament.
And tonight we're going to see a lot more of the big man action for the Eagles. I mean, I'm expecting McCoy to start and Cantwell see some time. I mean, even James see some time down low. And Engelman. These are all guys who are going to have to perform very well tonight because of the big Liberty North team.
And one thing about the bigs for this Knicks Eagles team is that they did a great job defensively last night. Cantwell got some blocks. I think I saw Peters get a block early in the first. I mean, they were blocking shots, and they were getting hands in their face. I know Engelman took a couple charges. So the defense played well as terms of the bigs. It'll be definitely interesting to see how they deal with that because, like you said, they only got 3 guys under 6 foot on this entire Liberty North team, and they got 2 guys standing at 6'6", 6'4", 6'3". I mean, they got a tall team.
I mean, it's just going to be hard to stop him. It's going to be something new. I mean, I think the Eagles might slow the ball down a little bit with their bigs in there so they can get down the court, but I think if they run the court tonight, they're going to come out on top.
And I think what the Eagles have to do is pass and cut. The second you get the ball out of your hands, you got to be moving towards the basket or cutting outwards. You have to stay moving.
And pass and cut, that's something what's been killing the Eagles, really. I mean, you saw Bolivar, and especially last night, there was guys wide open under the basket, and the Eagles finally figured it out later in the game, and it happened, of course, against Bolivar. And if Liberty North comes out with that, I mean, that's something they've struggled with mostly all year.
And that's what I'm expecting the Eagles to do, but that means what I'm expecting the Liberty North Eagles to do is play a zone. And the way you beat that is when they're moving across the court, you got to get it inside. Because if you can get the zone to collapse towards the middle, you can then swing it back outside. You have to keep the ball moving. You have to find holes in the zone.
And that brings up Peters and Hines in the corner, and those guys, like we said, lights out from the corner.
And yeah, because I don't see Liberty North playing man. They'll be in a zone defense all night. I do not see why Coach Muser will put them in a man defense just because of how fast this Knicks team plays. But like I said, if they're playing zone, you got to find holes in the zone. You got to kick it back to the outside. And luckily for the Eagles, their playmaking last night was on point. They were making no-look passes, cross-court passes, right in the guy's chest for easy buckets. They were playing great playmaking ability last night. It will be interesting to see how this goes.
2:50 until starting lineups and national anthem. We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. the Nix Eagles, Liberty North Eagles. Winner goes to the championship. I'm Brady Reeton alongside my partner, Ryan Swanson. We were moments away from tip-off here in Liberty, Missouri. Javon Smith, 6'3", senior, going up against Noah Engelman. The tip is away. It's won by Engelman and gets in the hands of Cale Combs. Combs now setting up the Eagles offense. We're also going to see Daniel McCoy get his first varsity start. There's McCoy at the top of the key, now to Peters. Peters in the corner, Combs guarded by Smith. Finds McCoy at the top of the key.
Watch out, McCoy does have a nice three-point shot, so don't leave him alone up there too.
Combs now hopping through the lane, gets it to Peters. Peters guarded by Stats. McCoy now. In the corner, three-pointer, Combs is no good. Rebound, Perry. Hodge now gets it back to Stats. In the corner, Erickson. Stats coming off the screen. Back up top, Hodge. Now gets it to Smith. Erickson over to Stats, down inside. There's Smith bullying his way up and in for an easy two.
Big body down low, just pushing his way through. Great play.
There's Peters for three. It's good. That's someone you don't want to leave open right there.
1 for 1. We saw it last night. If he gets hot, he gets hot. You got to watch him in that corner.
Here comes Stats bringing up the ball. Driving the lanes, Erickson. Back out, three-pointer from Perry is banked in.
That's the way to answer back with a three of your own. Great shot.
Now Hines right in the corner. His three-pointer is good.
Back and forth to start early.
I mean, it was just right back in the corner, early start.
Same spot, same result.
Here's Perry now. Gets it to Stats. In the corner, Hodge, his three-pointer, no good.
You gotta
Rebound Stats.
You got to get
He
boards.
throws it back into the backcourt of the Eagles basketball. And I apologize for a scoreboard not working. It's 5:50 and left in the first. The Eagles up 6-5. We'll get that under control here in a second. Here comes Engelman. Gets it up top to Hines. Hines bounce pass to Combs. Gets it out to McCoy. Now we got the scoreboard all fixed. Engelman now slowing down the game, looking to get the offense set up. Combs driving the baseline, pull-up jumper is good.
Great mid-range J right there from Cale Combs. Set his feet perfectly, rose up. Great shot right there on the baseline.
Erickson, the top of the key. Stotts driving the lane, shot blocked by Hines. And here comes Combs moving fast.
You're in front of him. You can move quick.
Peters back out to Combs. His three-pointer is good. The one thing I like about this view, you can tell exactly when the ball's going.
Yeah, this view up here is amazing. You're in this Liberty North Eagles arena. I don't know what their actual stadium's called, so.
Erickson up top, Hodge coming off the screen. One more time in the corner. Stats three-pointer is no good. Rebound Peters.
Here you can push it. You're transitioning. This is where you can capitalize.
Combs now. In the corner, Hines wide open for three. No good. Rebound Engelman. He's fighting for the ball.
You're lucky that was a miss right there. Just very relaxed coverage.
Jump ball to Javavion Smith. No good, but they're going to say Daniel McCoy committed a foul there, and it looks like Smith just fell down and lost his balance, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
And number 55 right there, Javion Smith right there. That's the guy you got to look out for. We saw earlier how he bullied his way down low. I mean, I think he might be a big force for this Liberty North team if he's able to get inside and just work the paint. And look, you already got Peters and Hines already on the corner on opposite ends of the court.
Second free throw from Smith is good. Here comes Combs now. In the corner, Peters driving the baseline. Back up top to Combs. Combs' deep three-pointer is good.
Wow. The Eagles are starting off hot from deep.
Now in the corner, three-pointer from Hustler is good.
That's the way to respond right there, but Cale Combs already has a hot hand. He's already got 8 in this quarter.
And McCoy losing control of the ball. It's back in the hands of the Eagles. There goes Erickson. Coast to coast, he'll finish.
Yeah, move. Combs in transition.
Combs now moving back onto the offense side of the ball. Coming off McCoy's screen. Across court to Peters. Peters doesn't see the pass and is thrown out of bounds.
Costly turnovers back-to-back right there. One thing, though, I'd like to see the Eagles do with Peters and Hines over in the corner, maybe get Daniel McCoy and set a screen baseline and have someone pass it over and make them fight to try and contest the ball.
Pass up top. There's Smith. McCoy backs off. There now Erickson. High post. Takes a step out. Cross court. Hustler down low. Jump ball up to Melvin Lester Jr. He cannot finish. Peters now. Pull up jumper through contact. Cannot finish. Gets out to Engelman now. One more time in the corner. There's Combs. Cross court, Peters coming off the screen. Pull up jumper. 4-2 is good.
What I just say, Engelman set a screen baseline. Peters pump fake, but took a step inside. Great midline baseline J, or mid-range.
Laster Jr. down low, goes up, blocked by Combs.
Great play. And right now, this whole defense for the Eagles has played really well. If somebody overcommits or somebody gets beat, they're doing a good job recovering, getting back down low or getting back to the outside, helping out on defense. The whole defense is doing really well. The Eagles are communicating well on the floor out there.
You see Jackson Cantwell enter the game for Daniel McCoy. In the corner now, Hodge coming off a screen. Cross court, Hoyser. Now it's Barno. Back to Erickson, down low, Barno. Back out, Hoyser's three is no good. Rebound Combs.
Good job by Hines getting back out there, getting a hand in
Combs
his
gets
face.
it to Peters. Back up top. Deep three-pointer from Cale Combs is no good.
I mean, when you're shooting hot, you might as well.
Rebound by Erickson. Erickson driving through the lane, kicks it out. Hodges' three-pointer is no good. Tipped out, Hoyster now.
And Hines can't run back. I know he's trying to set up a transition basket, but you got to be a little bit more patient. You got to wait till the Eagles possess the ball and then head back down.
Erickson gets it to Hodge, down low, taken away by Engelman. Gets it to Combs in transition. Now Peters keeps it in bounds. Across court, Combs. Cross court now once again. One more time, Peters' three-pointer is no good.
And, you know, besides the miss right there, that was great ball movement by the Eagles. It was not in the guy's hands once it crossed half court for more than a second or two. It was grab the ball, quickly pass it out, and they got a chance set up. Peters missed on his deep three right there, though.
Foul call on Jackson Cantwell. And, I mean, the cross-court passes were clean, too. I mean, they weren't getting tipped. They were fitting holes and just doing really well. Erickson guarded by Hines. Gets it up top to Smith. Smith driving through. Shot blocked by Jackson Cantwell.
And we're probably going to see a lot more minutes from Jackson Cantwell here tonight, just because the biggest guy on this Eagles team, they're going to need him to help out down low with this Liberty North Eagles team.
Hoyster in the corner. Gets it up to Stats. Gibson. Down low to Smith. One more time. Three from Hoyster is good.
You can't collapse like that. I get it. This team likes to put it down low, but that's what they're going to try and bait you to do.
(16-14). 38 seconds left. I'm assuming the Eagles looking for the last shot here. Gets it over to Engelman. He's holding here, getting the offense set up. Hands it off to Combs. He loses control of it, but it's picked right back up. They're going to call a backcourt violation, Liberty North basketball.
Costly turnover right there. Now Liberty's got a chance to get a shot up and tie or take the lead now at the end of the first.
They tie it up here. I believe they get ball at it.
I think they do.
They get ball at
because Nick's a one tip, so they would get the ball for second and third. I don't know if that's how high school works, if it's second and fourth or second and third, but
here comes Stats coming off the screen in the corner. Erickson's three-pointer is no good. Rebound Cantwell gets it to Hines. Way down and just to the right. 16-14 is your score after one. We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. (16-14), the Nix Eagles lead going into quarter number two. The Eagles just kind of struggling to capitalize on shots here going through. I mean, some costly mistakes. You see right before the quarter, losing control of the ball, giving it right back to Liberty North. But Liberty North could not capitalize.
No, they could not. They had a couple plays right there where they had chances and they had opportunities to put points on the board. But they're missing a lot from the outside, which I like what they're doing, getting it inside, because that's what the Eagles were worried about with this big team, them working it outside. But they got to convert from out there if that's what they're going for.
Stats now coming off a Smith screen. Gets it out. Hoister's three-pointer is no good. And gets tipped right back up and in by Smith.
You got to get those boards. Those offensive rebounds are going to pile up as we get further into the game. You can't allow those.
All tied up at 16 here. In the corner, there's Peters. Back up top to Combs. Winner of this takes on Park Hill tomorrow night at 8:30. Combs now driving through the lane, kicks it out to Cantwell. You know, I'm shocked Cantwell didn't pull the trigger there. He was working on that shot at the shoot around that end. He wasn't missing.
No, he wasn't. And I want to see if he can develop a shot more as he gets older in high school.
And there's Josh Peters for three.
Him and Combs both have 8. They're both getting hot.
Those are two players who've just been hot all year long.
And they don't miss from outside if you give them the chance.
Lasser Jr. down low. Puts the shot up there, Smith.
And you can't let your guy get behind you, because with how big this team is, they're going to throw it over Nix's head all night. You got to keep your guy in front of you. You can't let your guy down low get behind you, or they throw it over your head and it's a layup every time. You got to keep your guy in front of you. Just keep your guy between you and the basket.
Here's Combs now, driving through a lane, pulls up and finishes for the and one. Cale Combs.
We haven't seen it much this game, but we know Cale Combs' ability to get inside and finish at the rack. Great job right there creating contact, and great job generating the and one.
21-18, 6:25 left. Combs at the line. Free throw is good.
The leading free throw shooter on this Eagles team. He won't miss often from the cherry stripe.
Combs was 9 for 15 last night at the free throw line. Erickson, pull-up jumper is good.
Can't overcommit. Great pump fake right there, though, by number 5, Cale Erickson. Just got Garrett Hines to jump for joy and went over to the baseline, got an easy bucket.
Combs now in the corner. Peters, 4-3 is no good. Rebound by McCoy. Cannot finish. Rebound by Barno.
They're playing really relaxed coverage on the perimeter right now. They're having to jump just to get a hand up.
Erickson. Here's Hoister. Kicks it out. Hodge. Hodge guarded by Peters. Now to Smith. Back to Hoister. Hoister coming off Smith's screen. Free throw line jumper is no good.
Here comes Corey Kent for the first time in this game. Definitely going to see how he plays, especially since he's been a more defensive player to start the year. I think as we get further in the year, he'll get better on the offense as he's starting running the floor right now. We'll see how he does tonight.
Here comes Kemp, bringing the ball up court. Gets it to McCoy. Down low, Combs. Now to Peters. 22-20. Kemp driving through the lane. Floater, no good. Can't be put back up, but will stay Eagles basketball. And something we haven't seen all year long, the Eagles point out the brand new grades, and they look very crisp out there on the court.
Very nice jerseys. I like the gray. I want to see see them wear them more. It's really nice.
Here's Peters now on the inbounds play. Gets it to Combs. Kemp coming off the screen. One more time, Peters. Combs driving through the lane, goes up with it, and finishes. Point number 13 for Cale Combs.
See, that's a pick your poison situation. Either collapse and try and stop the drive and risk a pass out, or just let him shoot and just hope he doesn't miss. It's really difficult to handle with Combs down low.
A pull-up jumper there by Theo Gibson. Combs strips the ball there. The Eagles just can't get onto it. Peters driving the baseline in the corner now off the hands of Engelman.
It's okay, reset. You're all right.
Up top, Peters coming off the screen. His three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Combs.
You got to convert. You got the offensive rebound. You got to get some points generated.
Peters up to Combs.
You got a mismatch here.
Combs, pull-up jumper, shot block.
Great block right there by the Liberty North Eagles.
Graham Hodge gets it over to Cale Erickson.
Liberty's actually doing a great job defensively in the interior part. Exterior, they got to work on. The interior, they've been playing great defense, getting rebounds, getting blocks.
Pass tip by Combs. There's Kemp. Gets it up to Combs on a fast break. Goes up with it. He'll be fouled. Falls awkwardly on the ground.
I got scared there for a minute, but he looks to be all right.
You know, there's not much room down there.
No, there ain't. It's
tight.
I mean, I think it might be a little less tight, a little bit more loose than it was last night against in the Ox Gym, but
I don't know.
I mean, it might be pretty close. We'll have to see about that. Definitely different from when we went to Staley's gym earlier today for the shoot-around. That was a wide-open gym.
Combs' first free throw is no good. And we're going to see Ramon Green enter the game. He hasn't had much time, but when he gets in the game, he makes sure it's known he's in the game. He's done great defensively. He's just doing really well in the year, and that's another missed free throw by Combs. He goes 0 for 2.
Yeah, like you said, with Ramon Green, only 12 minutes and 2 points, both of those from the free throw line. He's a great defensive presence.
Three-pointer, no good. See Green coming for Combs.
I mean, you got to give him some rest. He's getting banged up down low. I mean, we've seen him take a couple falls. Took a fall right there trying to go for that board. But this is where when Combs gets out, you got to look for guys like, because Peters is still on the court, and you can see guys like McCoy and Engelman definitely make plays offensively.
Peters now. Gets it to Engelman. In the corner, it's taken away by Erickson. And it'll stay Knicks Eagles basketball. 24-22, 3:07 left in quarter number 2. Ball inbounded to Kemp now. He's driving through the lane. Finds McCoy open down low. McCoy goes up and finishes.
Great job by McCoy right there, fighting down low. Getting a basket down low. If the Eagles are able to work inside, that definitely helps them open up the perimeter a bit more where they're definitely trying to attack. So having McCoy and Cantwell out in the game, if they can work it inside, I think you'll see them.
And a charge taken by Engelman. I think he's done that every game so far. He's putting his body on the line for the team.
And when you leave the big guy all alone up top, gives him a little bit of room to just build up some speed and get in charge down low. But
That's Engelman's 4th charge taken this year.
Putting his body on the line, and it's helping the Eagles out. It's giving them possessions, and when you convert on those possessions, those are small things that get overlooked on stat sheets, but it helps decide games.
Peters to Green. Green gets it to Engelman and drives the baseline and call a foul on Barno.
There's a quick break. Combs already back out on the floor, checking in for Engelman.
Jump ball to McCoy. Off the foot of Kemp there, back in the hands of McCoy. Now Ramon Green gets it to Combs, wide open. 4-3 is good. Combs already has 16.
What is that, like 3 or 4 of those, 3 or 4 makes from 3? Like 9 or 12 points hitting from the three-point line. We've always known.
Taken away by Combs. He's on a fast break.
Here we go.
Goes up with it and gets fouled hard there, and it hits the head of Ramon Green coming down. And Combs will go to the line to shoot 2.
And we've always known Kale is like a interior guy, likes to work it down low, and does a great job finishing at the rack. But to start this game, he is hitting almost every shot from the perimeter.
And that's just signs of a Division I basketball player right now. I mean, if you can do it down low and shoot a 3, I mean, no one's really going to stop you.
6'4", can also run the floor. I mean, he's just right now an all-around player. He can play any position on the floor. He make it from outside, make it inside, playmaking, can play off the ball. Right now he is showing signs of a real all-around basketball player, and that's really hard to deal with.
After this free throw, Combs has 18 of the 31 points for the Eagles. Pass into Stats, pass tip taken away by Combs.
Almost got another
falling
steal.
on the ground for it. They're going to call a timeout, actually. Liberty North Eagles. We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. (31-22) is your score. 1:45 left here in quarter number 2. Hoyster now gets it up top to Smith. Smith to Erickson, coming off his screen. There's Stats. Three-pointer from Barno is no good. Rebound Green. Kemp now running the floor. In the corner, there's Peters one more time. Combs guarded by Hoyster. Driving through the lane, finds Daniel McCoy wide open down low for an easy bucket.
Kale's been the hot hand, just lost McCoy down low. We're so worried about him driving in or kicking it back outside. McCoy's able to do a nice backdoor cut and just be all alone down in the paint.
Hoyster coming off Barno's screen, gets it to Stotts. Pass to Erickson. Back to Hoyster. 40 seconds left. Hoyster trapped in the corner now. Erickson pull-up jumper shot blocked by Combs, and it's sent out of bounds.
Like I said earlier, the help defense for the Eagles has been great right there. Peters got beat. Kale saw it, and he came over from his spot in the corner up to the elbow and swatted that ball back to the Nixa bench. Great play defensively.
Passing the Stats now. Coming off a Hoyster screen. Green switches on to him. Hoyster, pull-up jumper from the free throw line is no good. Rebound Combs. He finds Peters all the way down court. Back up to McCoy. 13 seconds left. Eagles going to take the last shot here.
And they've really gone on a run towards the end of this half, and right now, got a chance for the last shot.
Combs step back three, no good. Rebound McCoy, he puts it up at the buzzer, no good. And after two, the Eagles lead 33-22. The Eagles have done a really good job so far. I mean, especially on defense. I mean, eliminating a lot of the stuff inside. I mean, it's just been a real good basketball game so far.
And one thing they've been doing offensively is they've been working it inside to then work it back outside. We've seen McCoy and Cantwell get some good minutes. We've seen Cale drive it inside and get some good buckets. Right now they're playing a really good basketball game and went on a big run towards the end to make this an 11-point game. It'll be interesting to see how the Liberty North Eagles are going to adjust, because this team right now, with everything defensively they throw it at them, the Eagles change their game plan and do something completely different.
And Cale Combs has done phenomenal. He has over half of the Eagles' points, sitting at 18 right now, and no fouls. I mean, you've seen in the first 4 games, Combs got in some foul trouble, about 3-4 fouls going into quarter number 4, and right now he's sitting at 0 at halftime. So he's done a really good job defensively. He has a few steals, some fast breaks, drawing fouls really well.
Yeah, and the Eagles only had 2 fouls that whole quarter, or the whole half, my bad. And, I mean, they're playing a really clean, great game of basketball. I mean, they're adjusting when they need to, nailing their shots from the perimeter, and that's been the big difference, is that they've been on point from the perimeter. They weren't really on point last night against Washington. Tonight they're hot, and right now, unless the Liberty North Eagles can find a way to make them work it inside and stop the onslaught from the perimeter, I don't see the Liberty North Eagles getting back. They have to stop the onslaught from the three-point line.
33-22 is your score at halftime. We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. We're back live at Liberty North High School in Liberty, Missouri. I'm Brady Reaton alongside my partner Ryan Swanson. The Eagles lead 33-22. The first quarter honestly was a little of a rocky start for the Eagles, I feel like. I mean, struggling to hit shots and turnovers, but I mean, started to figure it out, kind of running away with the game. I mean, up 11 points isn't running away, but extended their lead a lot.
They ran away towards the end of that half. They went on a huge run later. And the big story of this game is not only Cale Combs with 18 in the first half, but it has been an onslaught from the three-point line. They have just buried three after three after three. I mean, the Eagles are shooting very well, way better than they did last night. I mean, I think last night, I got to pull up the stats now. Last night, they only shot 35% from the three-point line. They're definitely over that in the first half. We'll see if they can keep it up. But we'll see what the adjustments the Liberty North Eagles made at halftime.
Here's Peters now. Gets it to Hines. Down low. Hines found open by Engelman. Kicks it out. Peters one more time. Combs three-pointer is no good. Rebound one more time to Combs. He's driving baseline. Goes up with it. Cannot finish.
See, right there, I think you kick it out to Garrett Hines open on the wing. But you had your chances. Start of the quarter. Shake it off. You got to go back and now play defense because you can't let a run start from the other team.
Here's Hodge. Gets it to Stats. Taken out from behind is Combs. It'll remain Liberty North basketball. Pass in now to Gabe Perry. Back to Erickson. Back to Perry. Taken away by Peters on a fast break. Gets it to Combs all by himself, and he throws it down.
It'll be fun on fast breaks like that. We saw last night Peters go up and get an oop right there. I mean, last night. Combs right there getting a dunk right there. This team is fun when they get on fast breaks. They have multiple ways they can hurt you. They can hurt you from the perimeter and down low.
A great take there by Javon Smith to get two. Combs gets it to Hines. Back out Peters. Pump fakes, driving through the lane. Taken away by Cale Erickson. Here comes Stats in transition. Throws a lob up. Can't keep it alive. Be off of Garrett Hines. Liberty North basketball.
And Liberty North's had chances on offense. They just have not been able to make most of their shots. If they want to win this game, they got to just make the shots they've been taking. They've been missing a lot from perimeter. And when they get inside, they've been making their shots, but they haven't been able to convert on second chance points, which is really what's killing them. If you get the offensive rebound, you have to convert on the second chance points.
Here's Gabe Perry, high post. Gets it out to Stats. Erickson. Back up top, there's Perry. Stats coming off the screen. Back to Erickson, one more time, Stats. 5:40. 35-24. Knicks Eagles on top. Down low, taken away. He picked up by Gabe Perry, and stay Liberty North basketball. In the corner, there's Graham Hodge.
And look at this defense. I mean, they are rallying to the ball quick. The zone is working really well.
Hodge up top. There's Stats driving the lane, goes up with it. Losing control of it, it'll be Eagles basketball. Some great defense there.
I mean, Liberty North had the ball for almost a whole minute, and they could not get a basket. Great defensive possession from the Eagles.
There's Combs. Now to Hines. His three-pointer is no good. Rebound McCoy, and they're going to say he pushed off, and it was very clear he did. It'll be Liberty North basketball.
I mean, Liberty North cannot get a shot. I mean, anytime they try and get open, there's a defender right with them. When they cut it inside, two guys meet them there. When they pass it out, everyone moves back out. The Eagles are playing very good defense, and they're moving quick.
Up top, there's Javon Smith. He gets it to Graham Hodge now.
And here's the difference when you play a team like Liberty North and Nixa. Liberty North, their big guys can't shoot. Nixa, everyone on the floor can shoot from the perimeter. So Nixa is able to play off the ball when the big guy has it at the perimeter.
Back up top, Hodge, now Erickson. In the corner, Hoister's three-pointer is good.
I thought Combs was about to get that.
I really thought he came flying out of nowhere.
He got up there, too. I really thought he was going to get a hand on it. That would have been a highlight reel play, but...
In the corner, Engelman driving through the lane, kicks it out to Combs. Peters in the corner, 4-3. His three-pointer is good.
Can't let him get that comfortable outside. We've seen it this season. When he gets comfortable, he's going to make it from outside. And right there, I mean, the coverage is just too soft. And he's got 11 on the night, so he's having a good night. They just got to tighten up on defense to the Liberty North Eagles.
And one thing to talk about, I'm going in this game, he had 14. I believe he has 3 or 4 Peters three-pointers tonight.
Yeah.
And
I'd
the
say
record right now is 92.
I'd say he has 3, so I'd say
he's
probably
about
at 17.
5 games in the season. I think he could break the record.
I think he definitely can, too, and it's definitely going to be games like this where they're really going to favor him when you play teams that are more bigger and work inside. I feel like these are games where he's going to thrive this season. And I'm definitely interested to see, because he's only a junior, it'll definitely be interesting the role he'll take, because right now he is looking like the second option that this team goes to when Kale's not available. And right now, he's playing great basketball. It'll be interesting to see how he works inside, because he's a perimeter player right now. We don't see him go inside that much. But he can definitely shoot the mid-range. We saw baseline mid-range Jay down on the other side of the court earlier in this game. So it'll be interesting to see how they use him as we get later into the season. And how teams guard him will be interesting too.
I mean, he's been a threat all over the court. And like you said, it's been really hard to stop him, especially when he sits in that corner and just drills threes left and right.
And it's really just to pick your poison on who you want to guard the most. If it's Kale, I mean, there's a lot of ways Kale can hurt you if you don't guard him too tightly. Peters and Hines, they'll hurt you from the perimeter. So a lot of guys on this team can make big plays when it matters.
Here's Lasser Jr. Now over to Hoister. Erickson coming off the screen. Barno now. Pass tip by Peters. Hoister driving, gets to Erickson. Little floater by Erickson off the glass, and an easy 2 for the Liberty North Eagles.
Pretty floater right there, just banked it in right off the glass. Great play driving inside.
Combs now. Driving the lane. Goes up with a shot blocked by Melvin Lasser Jr.
Good play right there. Right there, though, I'd like to say when Combs takes that step back, he's getting guarded and he can't find a way around. He's got to get rid of that ball. Don't try and force it inside. Try and make a play right there. Right there, you just got to kick it back out and then reset.
Hines coming off the screen. Three-pointer, no good.
That looked good, too. I thought that was in.
Here's Hoister now. Three-pointer is good. That's stats for 3. And one thing I want to bring up about Melvin Lasser Jr., he's a 4-star middle linebacker for the Liberty North Eagles. Peters in the corner now. Combs, three-pointer is good.
That's how you get right back at a team. When they knock down a 3, you go down on their end of the court and knock one right back in their face. Great play by Cale Combs. 23 as we get to around 2:20 left in the third quarter.
He still has over half of the Eagles' points.
He's going to drop 30.
There's Lasser Jr. Shot no good.
Good job by McCoy.
Combs on the fast break. Makes a man miss, and he goes up for an easy bucket.
And get him a map. He was lost. Great move by Cale Combs. I mean, we've seen him use that spin move a lot, so they were expecting him to go back towards the mid-range, but he pivots and goes back the other way and completely fools the defender. Great play by Cale Combs.
It's point 25 for Cale Combs. Eagles lead now 43-32. And I'm still impressed by that move by Combs. I mean, a great finish. And that's just why he is the one right now. He's so quick and shifty, it's hard to stop him. 2:06 in the third. Is there anything else you've noticed, throughout the game?
I mean, Liberty North has just not been able to do anything, and it's not because of the lack of chances or, I've said earlier, they haven't been able to convert, but the main reason why is just how this defense has been playing. We said earlier they're a faster team. So when Liberty North is trying to move it outside and then get it back inside and just swing the ball around, Nix's defense has been able to move quickly and respond quickly. The only way you have to counter that is you got to set screens. You have to find ways to find lanes because when they're keeping up with you, you got to find a way to slow them down.
Pass in the Mays. Now it's Barno. Barno to Hoister. In the corner now, there's Stats. Barno now Mays. Tipped out of bounds by Peters. And something about Peters that has really improved has been his defense. I understand it's only been 5 games, but through these 5 games, his defense has majorly improved. The first couple games of the year, he really struggled with his defense.
And his length definitely helps him out. He's able to keep guys in front of him. And right now, he's playing a really good game of basketball offense and defense. Definitely the second option of this team and definitely a guy who can be a leader defensively.
Kale Stats pull-up jumper is good. Combs now gets it to Engelman. Engelman gets it out to Peters.
And see, one thing I've realized, Corey
Kemp for 3 is good.
One thing I've realized is that when the Eagles drive baseline, 3 guys from the Liberty North team collapse trying to stop it. And Nix is a team known for cross-court passes. You can't collapse like that because if any one of these guys sees the cross-court open, they're going to take it. And when you find guys in the corner like that, it's going to be hard to stop. So I say when they do that, it's good to collapse, but you have to make sure you don't overcommit because then the cross-court pass happens and someone's open and they're going to knock down a 3.
Hoister pass tipped by Combs. Still ends up in the hands of Mays. That's out of bounds and it'll be Eagles basketball. Oh.
No, it will not. Oh.
Well, that was a great player there by Combs, almost keeping it alive. I really thought he got it off in time.
From my view, it looked like he did. It might have been different from the refs. He was right there to make the call. But that was almost a really, really smart play.
Cross-court pass to Mays in the corner. Gets a man jumping, finds Stats wide open, 4-3, no good.
See, that's an opportunity you have to convert on because the defense collapsed. They're running around. They're frantic. They're trying to make sure the ball's in front of them. And when a guy gets wide open like that, there was nobody near him. Nobody was above the free throw line. You have to make that shot. And that's just one example of many of them not being able to convert offensively.
Here comes Stats, gives it to Perry. His three-pointer is no good. Rebound, Kemp. Kemp slowing it down now.
And Perry's been a guy who we've seen not really pull the trigger from that far out. Does it that time. I don't see why he wouldn't. Just see if it knocks down, see if the Eagles have to press up on you.
In the corner, Kemp's three-pointer is good. That's 2 in a row for Corey Kemp. Stats now driving, pull-up three-pointer shot is no good. 49-34, the Eagles lead.
One thing I will say is that me and you talked about this a lot way back at Kickapoo in the Jamboree. Almost everybody on this team can shoot. Corey Kemp, with the way this game's going, I don't think they expected Corey Kemp to be open in the corner right there. But right there has knocked 2 threes down. This team is looking dangerous.
Yeah, Corey Kemp, really struggled to start this season. Not hitting not a lot of shots. I think he only had 9 total points scored.
He only took 1 shot last night, and he only played 12 minutes.
And going into this, he was 0 for 9 from the three-point line, and now he just drains 2 in a row. And that's just something about confidence. Once you get your confidence back, he's not going to miss.
Everyone at the start of the season is different. Some guys will come out firing like Cale Combs and Josh Peters have, and sometimes you'll come out and you'll go on a cold streak, but it's the beginning of the year. It's a long season. And the only way you can get your confidence back up is to keep firing.
If you keep shooting, you're going to sooner or later start hitting the shots, and that's going to be good for your team later on the season, especially if you get hot.
Yeah, especially when you get hot in the season, especially when it gets closer to late season. The guys, when you're hot, the team's going to be depending on you to make plays. So, it's regular season, so you want to win. But, don't worry about it too much if you're not hitting your shots because it's early. It's only the Eagles' 5th game of the season, and they've had 2 tournaments pretty close together. So
I mean, back-to-back weeks.
Back-to-back weeks. I think he'll warm up once we get out of tournament play. I think, what's our next game after this? Isn't our next game after this tournament home at Parkview?
Yep, and then it's right into the blue and gold.
Oh, no, we have Central and then the blue and gold.
Taken away by Peters and tipped out of bounds.
That's something about his length that helps him out there. He's able just to reach out and get a hand on the ball. Almost got the steal there. And we've seen Peters. Last night, he was able to get way up through that monster oop down.
Here comes Hoyser, kicks it out to Perry. Now Stats driving through the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound Combs. Combs finds Peter way down in the other end of the court one more time. Here's Combs driving through the lane, goes up, cannot finish. Rebound Barno.
And one thing that this Eagles team does, and you'll see as you watch it, when someone goes inside, someone in the corner moves way back outside around the perimeter just because they want to stay moving. They don't all want to collapse. They want to keep it moving to keep chances open.
Everybody down on the ground diving for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, Nixie Eagles basketball.
7:15 left in the 4th. Right now, 15-point game if my math's right. All right,
You're good, Ryan.
We're doing good. I just took a quick guess. I looked at it and took a quick guess. 15-point game. You want to just put some insurance points up. You want to focus on defense here in the 4th, which the Eagles were able to do last night against the Washington Wildcats, but it wouldn't be harmful to just get a little bit of insurance points. But right now, it's take the shot if you have it.
There's Combs, three-pointer, no good. Kept it alive by Engelman. Gets it to Peters, now Combs. Slowing down the game a little bit. Kemp coming off a screen. Back to Combs. Peters now driving through the lane. Finds McCoy wide open. He puts it up, no good. Rebound Barno. Here's Erickson moving fast. Coming up behind Peters. Up top. Perry now in the corner. Erickson's three-pointer is way short, but Perry wide open down low for an easy bucket.
I think McCoy might have gotten a finger on that because the ball definitely looked like it was slower in the air, but good job getting the offensive rebound. That's one thing they've struggled all night was off second chance points they've not been able to convert on, and that piles up late in games.
Kemp now. Gets it to Combs. Combs pump fake. Pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound Peters. Peters finds Kemp in the corner. His three-pointer is good. Kemp perfect, 3 for 3 on the night from the three-point line.
I mean, the entire defense was collapsing the inside. Nobody was watching the perimeter.
Shot no good. Engelman keeps it alive and
yeah, hold it.
Gets it into Peters. Combs driving the lane, finds McCoy wide open.
Oh, I thought he was going to dunk it.
Easy too. Timeout, Coach Blancy. I thought he was going to throw it down.
I got so excited that, hey, 2 points is 2 points. And right now with 5:34, the Eagles look like they're about to run away with this thing.
I mean, they're doing great. I mean, they're about to be up by 20. It's an 18-point lead. And honestly, going into it, I was kind of nervous about the game. I think a little bit everybody was kind of nervous about the game because they're a good team. Liberty North's a good team. It's just the pace of basketball the Eagles play are just...
They're fast, and they're very well conditioned. It's hard to keep up with. And when they play teams that like to play a slower pace of basketball, it gets them out of their comfort zone. And they got to work to keep up with the Nixie Eagles. And right now, Liberty North just hasn't been able to do that. Defensively, every pass they make, there's a defender in front of them. Every time they get to the inside, 2 guys are with them. When they kick it back out, they're all back out. And the Eagles offensively, I mean, they've been able to move the ball with ease. They've been able to make good passes. There's been a couple of mistakes and turnovers, but they've limited those to a minimum. And right now, they're playing a really good game of basketball. And this team, chemistry-wise, looks really good. Everyone looks in sync on the court together.
And, I mean, only one of the 5 starters coming back, too. So this team being this in sync is, I mean, odd to see. But they have done a really good job distributing the ball throughout the court. I mean, everybody's scoring points. It's just, I mean, really good basketball.
Well, a lot of these guys, like Seitz, like Hines, like Peters, were all role players last year. I mean, they saw the floor every once in a while, but they were mostly on the floor during blowouts. So now they're able to get that next step up, and they are ready for it. The next step up mentality they have. They've been able to take charge with it, and they have been playing well.
Stats down low. There's Smith. He goes up with it, and Daniel McCoy takes a charge. And this Eagles team has been putting their body on the line. Second charge taken the night, and it's just been impressive.
Yeah, now with getting close to 5 minutes left, this is where the Eagles can slow it down. Still work it inside then out like they've been doing all night, but now is the time where you can definitely slow the game down.
Peters cutting through the lane, gets it out to Engelman. Here's Combs with it, over to Kemp. I mean, the Eagles a little bit pass it around.
And
not really looking for a shot unless it's just absolutely perfect.
The cross-court passes, the Eagles have been able to hit very well all season.
And there's Peters, his three-pointer, no good.
Soft cross-court pass. I mean, they have their eyes open all the time. They always have their head up down the court looking for an opportunity to get the ball to someone.
Erickson's pass is out of bounds, Eagles basketball. Here comes Combs, and it's going to be a blocking foul. .433 now, Eagles basketball. And, you know, it doesn't tell us how many fouls they have this half. I don't think they have. I think they might only have.
Yeah, you look at the bottom.
2. Cat.
I know, it was really weird. I thought that when I got in here.
There's McCoy with an easy bucket. That's his 8th point of the night.
And McCoy has had really good moments of working inside and able to get buckets inside. Against a team that's definitely bigger than the Eagles, he's shown really good signs of just being able to work inside.
And Engelman takes another charge. 3rd charge of the night for the team, 2nd for Engelman.
I mean, he does it perfectly, plants his feet and just stands there and waits. And when a guy like Engelman who knows how to draw a charge, when he sets his feet like that and he takes the contact, he's going to draw a charge almost every time. He knows how to draw it, and right there played it perfectly. And now a 20. I came in here a little bit nervous on how, you know, the team would react, and it's a 20-point lead right now, and the Eagles are playing great against a team that only allowed, I think, 23 points in their first 2 games.
And definitely a low in point scoring for the Eagles, but now Combs is going to sit here and slow it down up by 20. .345 left, quarter number 4. Now Kemp with it. He's guarded by Theo Gibson. Kemp to Peters. Peters swings it back up top to Combs. Combs stands patiently. .325 left now. Combs driving the lane. He pulls it right back up. He's going to get fouled. Fouls on number 15, Jaden Strong.
And the Eagles are going to be riding high going into the championship game now. I mean, 20-point lead, I don't see, unless Liberty North can make a massive comeback and really change things, I don't see that happening. I mean,
no, I don't really see that happening either.
I keep the possibility open. I normally do, but I definitely think if the Eagles walk away with a win, which I'm assuming they will, they're going to be riding high into the championship game. I mean, against a team who, at the beginning, I knew it was going to be definitely a challenge and a mystery to see how they were going to play. And even Coach Blancy earlier said that this would be a game that they'd have some advantages and disadvantages against, you know, how they were going to play. There are definitely clear things they wanted to attack. And one of those things was the perimeter, just because of how this team plays and how they are a faster moving team than Liberty North. And right now, perimeter-wise, I don't know what the percentages from the three-point line, but it's definitely good. And Corey Kemp's hit threes in a row. Cale Combs has been playing great. Josh Peters has been playing great. It's not just one guy, which is the great part about this team. It's multiple guys getting in and knocking shots down.
Pass in. Here's Peters. Taken away. There's Gibson driving on the ground. Easy 2 points. First, Jaden Strong.
One, I thought he was going to dunk that. Two, I thought he about missed. That was a roller coaster of emotions right there.
And one thing we have to bring up is we got to sit in during the blue and gold watch party today, see the bracket released, and the Eagles get to take on, they're the 1 seed in the gold division, take on Clever at 11 a.m. on December 26th. So that's going to be exciting to watch.
Definitely be interesting. And one thing that I think is going to be fun is that championship game in the Willard tournament, we played Bolivar, 1 seed in the blue division. It's going to be Bolivar. So it would definitely be interesting to see if those teams meet.
No, they don't meet. So only the blue division plays each other.
Oh, okay.
I've always thought that they should play each other. I think that'd be kind of cool, but it's always been the 2 divisions stay on their own side and they'll play each other.
I've never been to a blue and gold, so I just assumed normal tournament rules. But hey, my bad. You learn something new every day.
I think it'd be kind of cool if they wouldn't play each other. I've always thought that, but
so there's a blue division winner and a gold division winner. I think the 2 should play, but hey, that's just me. It'll be interesting, but
Strawn now over to Mace. Down low, there's Laster Jr. Puts it up. He'll get fouled and go to the line, 2 shoot 2.
2:09 left, and blue and gold, that's going to be the day after Christmas, I think is when it starts, and it goes through the 28th or 29th, okay. It'll definitely be fun for the blue and gold tournament. One of the 2 tournaments at Nix. I've actually never been to the blue and gold tournament. I went to the NIT last year, but I did not go to the blue and gold. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm excited to go.
Lester's second free throw is good. It rolls in. 2:09 left. The Eagles lead by 16. Combs now 25 points through 4. Driving up, finds McCoy down low. He goes up to throw it down, cannot. Gets it right back out to Peters. Combs is going to get fouled now. It's a second foul on Theo Gibson. Foul number 5 on the Liberty North Eagles. Pass into Combs. Driving the lane, shot blocked by Laster Jr. Rebound, kicked out, now to Engelman. And, Combs went into there and got rocked by a 6'3" middle linebacker, and he hit the ground hard.
Yeah, he did, but right now, Cale Combs is a tough dude, and he's been getting thrown around down low every time he goes down there. He's taken a couple awkward falls, but, he's still been the key player for this Eagles team. He's mainly been killing them from the three-point line, but he's had some great moments getting inside. He's had a couple blocks down low. He's had a couple of really nice finishes at the rack. Cale Combs has really shown in this game that he is an all-around player.
And Cale Combs is actually the Central Gas and Propane player of the game tonight. We'll have him up here to talk, and another foul. This time, it's on Jaden Strawn. Combs will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
This setup up here is really nice. I like the Liberty North gym, but I don't think Cale Combs can be too happy with when he realizes how many stairs he's got to walk up.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to be happy with the stairs part. But
no, not at all. But I will give it to Liberty North. This is a very nice gym. The setup
very
in
nice
here,
facilities.
They got a really nice setup up here. We got a great view of the court. One that I can tell by the way the arc hit the shot from my view if the ball's going in or not. Really nice view. Really great gym.
Combs' second free throw is good. Point number 27 for Cale Combs tonight. .57 seconds left. Here's Graham Hodge. Now Gibson with it. Pulls up, gets it back up to Strawn. Mays, deep three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Kemp. And the Eagles will likely hold it out here.
I wouldn't see why not.
Unless Liberty goes and decides to foul, which I don't really see why they need to foul here.
Or if Combs wants 30 and wants to throw up a 3.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. 58-40 is your score. 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Nix Eagles will go on to play in the championship game against Park Hill Trojans at 8:30 tomorrow night.
It's going to be a late one, and I'm excited for it.
So am I. Cale Combs, our Central Gas and Propane player of the game, dropping 27 points. We'll be back with him after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. The Eagles come out on top, 58-40. We have Cale Combs with us, dropped 27 points tonight. Great game, Cale.
I appreciate it.
I mean, you go into, a big game here, Liberty North, big, strong, and you go and drop 27. How do you feel after that?
I feel really good, but ultimately it's my teammates giving me the ball, playing good defense so I can get on a fast break and get to my spots before they set up on defense. So it's really my teammates and my coaches.
I mean, how do you feel your role has changed? I mean, you played a lot last year, but now you're the one taking over the point guard position of Colin Ruffin. How do you feel? I mean, how has that changed?
I feel really good. Just bringing the ball up the court, and we like to push it really fast. We just like to play up-tempo, so getting it and pushing it fast before they can get set on defense is just a big key for us, and it helps us a lot because it gets wide open shots. So I know if I don't get to the paint and I don't get a bucket, that there's going to be a pass out to Garrett or Josh or Corey or Noah. Anybody can make shots on the team. We have really good shooters, so it feels really, really good taking that point guard position. I
mean, you have some new coaches on the team. You have Coach Jay Cox. I mean, Coach Blansom, He's been here, but he's taking over a head coaching role. How's that changed?
Definitely a lot. He doesn't really get it on us, but we know when he's mad and he's frustrated, so we try to play better for him. We know it's also his first year, so we want to make a good impression for his first year. So we definitely have his back, and he has our back. He's all for us. He'll do whatever it takes for us to win and for us to feel good and just have fun. During the game, he'll always ask us, it can be a close game, and he'll just start smiling, being like, "Are y'all having fun?" So that's something cool that we play for him for sure.
All right, great game out there, Cale. My question for you is that going into this game, we knew Liberty North was a team that big guys. We knew that they were a slower team than you guys, but you wanted to pick up the pace.
Okay.
What was your goal going into that game just from the three-point line? Was that your plan of attacking? Was it trying to kick out to Josh or Garrett? How did you go into that game what you were supposed to do?
I knew that they were bigger than us, and so they were going to clog the paint a little bit more, so I knew it was going to be harder to get into the paint and get shots at the basket. So I knew that I was going to have to rely on my three-point shot and shooting outside the basket, and I definitely can rely on it. Some people might think I can't shoot as well, but I definitely improved in the offseason. I've been working out dang near every day to improve my three-point shot and my mid-range. So I was confident, and I just tried to get to my threes.
And you shot the ball very well tonight. That's all I got to say. You got anything else, Brad?
Nope. Good game, Cale. Thank you for coming up and having a word with us.
I appreciate it, yep.
The Eagles win 58-40. I'm Brady Reton alongside my partner, Ryan Swanson, signing off.